back to my channel. Okay, so it has been a long time. I don't think, I probably don't deserve to have a YouTube channel because my consistency is, well, it's crap. It's crap with YouTube videos, and it's crap with pretty much everything else in my life, save the fact that I still keep my children alive and my husband still stuck around with me. But consistency is not my great suit. So for those of you who have stuck around, I appreciate it. It's good. It's great. So good. So good. Okay, so I am here to explain my delay in posting new videos and to answer questions that nobody is asking. Just kidding. Some people are. Just some people. I have not posted any videos recently at all. I know the last video I posted was an editing video, but I don't know when I posted it, but it's probably been close to a year. As you can see, once again, I'm in a new space. We moved again. You'll get used to that. That's just what we do. So let's get to it. I quit photography as a business. I decided a while ago, about a year ago, that it was no longer what I wanted to do with my life full time as far as my money making thing. Maybe want is a strong word. I would have been happy, I think, had I been super, super successful in it and, I had shoots on top of shoots and money on top of money, but I didn't. Photography, as you probably know if you're watching this, is an extremely competitive industry. Especially depending on where you are. If you are in a big city, it is 100% a competitive industry, and you are going to struggle a lot if you get in the photography industry. I am not going to be one of those people who are going to tell you if you follow your dreams, if you work really hard, and if you do a really good job at photography, you're gonna be successful, because that's not true. Because supply and demand has not gone anywhere. We still live in a capitalist society. Denver is a relatively high saturated market to demand market. People aren't willing to pay here. Maybe they're willing to pay in, I don't know, other cities. Maybe not. I don't really know, but I can tell you it is very difficult to find somebody who can and is willing to afford what I consider it worth it to me to do the work of being a photographer. That's all subjective, of course. If you want to get $75 a shoot and do tons and tons of shoots, that's awesome. That's fine. If you just want to put out a ton of work, you'll probably do okay for a while. You probably will have to increase your pricing, but I don't want to go into the business of photography. I just want to say, like, for me, it just wasn't worth each shoot that I was doing was not paying me what I was worth and what was a sustainable business. On top of that, I'm not a huge fan of business in general. I don't like to sell myself. It's not something I feel like I'm good at. I'm not particularly exuberant. I know that might be surprising. Some people, I think, with the right personality have better chances than me, but I don't think that was my main problem. I definitely did business coaching. I have at least a sociable enough personality where that's good. I have sales background experience. I tried pricing low, taking lots of shoots. I tried pricing high and taking few shoots. I've priced everywhere in between. I've been published in magazines, and I did the blogging, and I did the nice website, and the Instagramming, and the hashtagging, and the Facebook, and the posting, and the ads, and everything else. But here I was not, I was just so stressed out because I wanted my passion to be my career, and it wasn't working. And that's kind of what I had expected for so long. See my other Wine Wednesday video. I don't know how to do this, but hopefully I'll figure it out. So yeah, I kind of decided to take a step back, and I went kind of crazy. I'm a very all or nothing person, so I sold most of my cameras, my digital camera for one. I think I sold my Pentax 645. I know, gasp. And then I sold a couple other film cameras that I didn't use too much. The Nikon that everybody wishes that I was obsessed with, and I'm not. I sold it So hopefully one of you who thinks I'm wrong about not liking it, I hope you bought it. Anyway, I decided to take a step back. A couple years before this, I kind of was considering maybe jumping into something medical and, getting a job that pays well and doing creative stuff on the side. I was hoping that I could find a career that would pay for my passions. I could just be a photographer for fun, do this YouTube channel, and make that my fun thing and have a career that, helped people and that made good money. I hope that doesn't sound superficial. One of the main reasons I wanted to pick something like that is my end goal is helping people. That is something too about photography. I will say that I struggled with. I did not feel like it was a super necessary career, and beat me up if you will. Memories are great, but we can all keep our memories with our phones to some extent, so I didn't really feel like I was doing somebody a great service by taking their pictures. Anybody could do it, and I'm not trying to be like overly humble or whatever. Like, I am a good photographer. I take wonderful pictures. I know what I'm doing, but I'm not the only one. I'm not one of 10. I'm not one of a dozen or 100 or 1,000. I'm one of millions of amazing, wonderful photographers. And nothing about my career as a photographer made me feel like I'm needed, I guess. Except for education in this YouTube channel was one of the few things that made me feel like, hey, like I can actually help other photographers, and that was something that, made me happy. So we'll get to that in a minute. So I was thinking like, hey, I'll jump into the medical career. And so I went to college for the first time in my life, and I'm getting very close to 30. Not that you don't need to know my age, but I'm getting close to 30, and I had never taken a college class before. So I started that last summer, and it was really awesome. I did really horribly in school when I was younger. So I was very afraid of how I would do, and I was a 4.0 student, still very high up there and making all A's and B's, and I'm doing really well with that. That said, I'm still deciding if this is really like the path I want to take. I've had some setbacks applying for medical-based schools and getting stuff done in time, and turns out I'm a year behind. What I wanted to do, and still might do, is X-ray technology or ultrasound sonography. I'm at least a year behind right now, and so I'm kind of looking at that year as either I just have a year longer to get there, to get to that end goal, or I could perhaps see if pursuing something creative is really the right thing for me. And when I beefed the math portion of the SAT, this is not the only thing, but this was like the one thing that was just like, I suck at math. And science, I'm good. I did okay, but like, ew. I care. I do care. But anyway, none of those things are inherently natural to me. So I don't want to give up on them because they're hard or because I don't love them. But I also wonder if I'm fighting the things that I'm good at. So let's talk about art. If you drink like this, are you like, is that the rocker version? Like you're drinking your beer like this? That's like the proper way to drink beer. If it's tea, it's this. If it's beer, it's like, yeah. One of the things is that I am not just a photographer. I love music. I'm a singer. I'm a partial musician. I can play that and that and that fairly well. I can read chords. So I like to think of myself as at least a musician in some ways. I'm also a painter and a drawer. I draw and I paint, and I like to do illustrations. I love to write. I want to write children's books someday. Pretty much all art forms, barring like video game design. I'm pretty obsessed with. I've always been obsessed with. And photography is just another one of those art forms. So photography is the one that I put all my eggs in that basket, and I was glad to do it, and it was an awesome 10 years. But by spending all my time perfecting that craft, I kind of let other ones go. Like my art, by art I mean like drawing and painting, my music, which I did do some vocal lessons throughout the years, and I tried to do some guitar lessons throughout the years. I hope to, move on to that and try to learn to read music. Derp. Those are some of the art forms that I'm obsessed with and I love, and I kind of haven't let grow because I'm working on photography, which is awesome. Like, it really, I have no regrets. But I'm kind of at a point now where part of me is still in love with photography and I'm still obsessed with it and I want to do something with it. But I also want to ask myself how far like I can take my art. I like to sew, like I like to do everything. Okay, so like how far can I take this art and can I use some part of this intense creative stirring in my soul to find a career or something that's just consistent with me, that can, hey, also help my family and hey, like give me some sense of satisfaction. So I want to extend my art into my YouTube channel, I think. Especially when there are those times, which was a long span of time last year, when I was just like, photography, like it's just so emotionally, like it just wasn't working and I'm fighting, and so the last couple months I've been doing way more painting and way more drawing and really like pressing into that and doing that, and that's been so fulfilling and so much fun. I've had a really long break since fall semester. Start classes tomorrow, yay. And I've been writing more and kind of just giving myself the like freedom to just do those things and see what grows, like water all the plants in your garden, see what grows. That's the one you keep and you don't dig out and I don't know, it's a weird metaphor. Okay, I don't know. Break. After I kind of bombed the SAT math, I did good on everything else. I kind of started asking myself, like, am I fighting something that, is just born in me, that I could be this great artist or great graphic designer or whatever, fashion designer, and I'm just ignoring it because I'm scared, or like because I used to be told like art is a scary career to follow and starving artists and blah blah blah. So essentially I told myself like, hey, I'm going to visit this local art college and just see how it goes, see if I like it, and most importantly, see if they'll give me a scholarship. If they will give me a huge fat scholarship and I'm not wasting my money on art school, then maybe like that can be like my sign that this is the thing that I'm gonna do. So I'm waiting on a portfolio review from them to see if I can get some sort of scholarship. So the thought is that if I get the scholarship and I go to art school, and I'll kind of clarify what that major will be. It's not going to be photography because I'll be so bored listening to professors talk about things I already know. Not to toot my own horn, but no. Okay, I'll tell you what the major is going to be when I decide. There's a couple things in the works. But if I get in, I would like to kind of take you guys through my journey in art school. And if it's just stupid and a waste of time, or if I love it, and I don't know, just kind of give you guys the back and forth on that, on the art school aspect. I'd love to like share and glean things that I've already learned like now as an artist, because I've been doing art for a really long time, specifically watercolors, just FYI, and pastels, if you're interested. So I'd like to kind of maybe turn this YouTube channel into something that's not just photography based. All that said, one of my favorite things about this art school is they have this huge, huge dark room and all these photography studios, and even if you're not pursuing photography, you can use all their studios, you can use their darkroom, you can use their printers, like for large format printers, everything. You can rent gear too, but I asked them if they had Sony mirrorless gear, and the guy looked at me like I was an idiot, and so I'll just use my own gear. Rude. So anyway, I will be able to kind of continue to pursue photography as a hobby while I'm also kind of pursuing a degree in something that I hope is marketable, basically. So that's that. Let's say I don't get a huge scholarship. I can't pay $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 for art school. I just can't. Compared with kind of the medical-based schools I'm looking at, which is like $15 for the total everything, and you're gonna make more money guaranteed right out of school. I can't put out that much money for school. I just can't. And I wish this video was like leading up to this awesome, like, hey, and I got the scholarship and this is where we're going. But I don't know. But I just wanted to check in with you. But I don't know. Either the beer is making my eyes water or I'm getting a little bit emotional. It's probably the beer. Let's say I don't get a scholarship. Can't go to the school. I'm going to continue to pursue the medical sonography or MRI, whatever, because this is kind of my like last resort, like last hurrah for the art stuff as a career. At least for the next year, I would really like to post a few more videos. I have some planned with my Pentax. I got another Pentax. In fact, I have two. Well, I have another one in the mail, and kind of bought another fun thrift store camera I'd like to review. So I'd like to do some other videos. I also want to do a posing video. Part of my problem is coming up with things that maybe you guys do or don't want to see. So if you have any ideas, please share them. If I could monetize this channel, I could do a lot more. I would love to do a lot more. So for what it's worth, if you like this channel, if you like me, tell your friends, subscribe. Don't see the Nikon video because everyone hates that one. And we'll see where it goes. I'm super passionate about sharing photography knowledge with other people. So if this channel could still kind of continue in that direction, that would be super awesome. Like that's ideal. But I can't promise anything. I have a life, but I will at least start sharing just for myself some of the art stuff that I'm doing, because that's kind of where I'm kind of moving towards spending a lot of my free time in. And so if you don't like that and you're not into like painting and drawing and stuff, I'm sorry. I still plan on doing photography stuff. I want to keep my photography followers, but I also kind of want to branch out a little bit and share, if it happens, my art school experience, and share, painting techniques that I've learned. It's risky, but the only way I'll probably keep up with this channel until I get paid, honestly, is to just enjoy it and post things that I like and that make me happy. So, at the end of the day, be encouraged. I have not given up entirely on posting photography videos. I just want to offer a few more things in the works. So, is that it? Is that everything we have to talk about to catch up? Figure out what's going on with me? Any questions? I always comment back, I feel like. So please subscribe if you love photography. If you are a art enthusiast like me and like all forms of art. Subscribe if you just want to be nice and help me get to that 1,000 subscribers, because that would be really sweet and awesome. Okay, that's it for Wine Wednesdays. Check in as soon as possible for my next video. I have a wine I really want to share with you guys, so hopefully soon, because it's delicious. And have a nice Wednesday.